right, so today with Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, we are going to talk about the words that you were supposed to find in the book, and then we're going to move on to your assignment for today. So in your book, you should have written on page 2 through 5. The first word you should have found in your story is prediction, and prediction was found on page, I don't like that they don't have page numbers. Because on this page here, people could watch the weather report on television in the morning and they would even hear a prediction for the next day's food. That's what you should have written on the sentence part. You're writing exactly what it is from the book. Then you should have come up with your own definition. So I had Zoe help me with the definitions, and she said prediction is to guess or think what might be. All right. And then down here, we made a sentence. My prediction is that tomorrow will be hot. So we're guessing that the weather tomorrow is going to be hot. You could have had anything down there. You could have had anything here, but this is what you had to have in this part. Okay. The next page was drizzle. A drizzle of soda finished off the meal, and that you should have found on the page from the restaurant. And that's what you should have written. Drizzle. When we think of drizzle, we think of a little bit, kind of scattered lightly, not a lot. And we came up with the sentence, I have a drizzle of strawberry syrup on my ice cream. So just a little bit, just kind of trickled over. Your next word is consisted. That was on the very next page with the Jell-O. Dinner one night consisted of lamb chops, becoming heavy at times with occasional ketchup. So there's the consisted. This one was a little bit harder, I think. Consisted, when I think of the word consisted, I think of made of, put together with. So we decided that my lunch consisted of mac and cheese with chocolate chip muffins. So that's what we had for lunch. All right. Then your last one here was portions. And that was on the page with the young man at the sea. Up here, the food was getting larger and larger, and so were the portions. A portion is an amount. So we decided that you should eat a small portions at every meal. All right? Eat small portions at every meal. If you overeat, it's not good for your body. So that's what you should have had for those. Like I said, the definition in your words and your sentence could be whatever you came up with, but the top one has to be the sentence from the book. All right? So today we're going to talk about the food groups that we might find in this story. All right? You may have to go back through the book and check over the foods that are in there. But we need to definitely make sure that we're looking for fruits, vegetables, grains, protein, and dairy. And that's why I had some links to choosemyplate.gov so that you could kind of get some more information on eating healthy and maybe some examples of what we're looking for. Okay. So on the website, you could also find things that talk about fruits, talks about vegetables, grains, dairies, and protein, and how much that you should get each day. All right. And don't forget to have physical activity. All right. So on page 6, you notice we have those same 5 food groups there. So chew and swallow had foods that would fit into the 5 food groups. Okay. First of all, when I look through the book, I turn to the very first page, and what is Grandpa doing? Grandpa's making pancakes, right? Very first thing, making pancakes. So there he is, he's making pancakes. I wonder where the pancakes would actually fit in our list here. Where would pancakes fit? Fruit, grain, protein, vegetable, or dairy? I would say it's definitely going to be grain because it's made with flour, and flour comes from wheat. So you should write pancake in the grain. My pancakes with an S. So then I'm going to go to the next page, and let's see. We're still talking about pancakes. So I have to finally get to the page where it's talking about chew and swallow. Here we go. This is the very first page from Chew and Swallow that starts talking about food again. It says, it never snowed snow, and it never blew just wind. It rained things like soup and juice. It snowed mashed potatoes and green peas. And sometimes the wind blew in storms of hamburgers. So let's think about mashed potatoes. Where would mashed potatoes fit in our list? Yeah, it's a vegetable. So put mashed potato in your vegetable. How about peas? Yeah, peas would also go in vegetables. So put peas there. Where would a hamburger go? Now, I know it's meat and it has a bun, and sometimes you put ketchup and mustard and all that stuff on it. Where would it go? Where do you think it should go? Well, because it's a meat, we should definitely put it in the proteins. Okay? So that's what you're going to do. You're going to go through this book again and find different foods for each section. Now, I can't tell you how many that you need to have in each section because it's going to depend on what the food is. But you can't just put one in there. Okay? You need to have minimum of 2, but I want to see a lot more. Okay? There are a lot of foods in here, and I want to see most of them listed. All right? And then if you have any foods that you're not sure about, that you're not sure where it should go, have your grown-up send me an email or a text message, and we'll discuss where that needs to go. All right. I know sometimes, like the hamburger, could be a little tricky because it's meat, but there's a bun, and then you put lettuce and tomatoes on it, and then you have the vegetables. So, but this just said hamburger, didn't say anything else. So we're assuming it's just meat, so we would put it in the protein section. All right. So make sure that you're writing those down and looking through. All right. And then tomorrow we'll go over what you should have written in here. And then we'll also talk about your back page of the pros and cons and what you're going to be writing for me. Okay. So see how far you can get on this. See how many foods you can find that fit into those 5 food groups. Happy hunting.